Brian, and we are evaluating our next cockerel who was hatched on January the 9th. The one thing I noticed about him right away, and this is, combs aren't a big deal for structure, but I did want to point that out. He does have a double point. Okay.
Then while we're looking at the head, you notice too that he does not have much white in his earlobe at all. There's a little bit there, you know, so if he was paired with a female that had a little bit better, you know, the offspring would still continue to get better. Okay. Because it is there, it's just not very prominent.
You're gonna bite me. None on the other side, huh?
It's still there a little bit, but not a lot. Okay. Again, like as he matures, I mean January, so he's only right around the, you know, that 5-month age. They can still develop that, you know, later on. You know, but at this age,
he's 4 months.
4 months. Yeah. 4 months old, so they can still develop that, and a lot of times about a year is when the males fully develop that white in there. But obviously, you know, you'd like to see it a little bit more at this age. The other rooster that we looked at a minute ago had better earlobe color.
Yeah. This guy.
Structurally, I'd say he weighs a little bit more.
He weighs more than the bigger one?
I think he weighs more than that one.
Really?
That we looked at him.
Wow, he was born in September. He was hatched in September. Or no, actually, we looked at this one. Yeah, I'm getting confused now. Yeah, we looked at this one. Just want to make sure because we're video.
Yeah,
that one was born with a bad foot. Was hatched in January the 9th. Okay.
So from a spacing standpoint, he's about the same, maybe a little bit wider.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think he's got a little bit more in the chest.
Okay. And since we got so confused, I'm sorry, let me correct it. He was he was hatched September the 15th. So he is a lot older. September, October, November, December.
And this one, obviously, you can tell has more of the yellowing than the other one does.
8 months old, yeah.
Something we haven't really talked about was split wing. That's something that you want to look for. Kind of like some of the comb abnormalities that we've shown. Split wing is something that is very difficult to get out once you have it in. So you want to open the wing, and basically between the primary and the secondary, there's going to have a separated area, and they look kind of like that when you open the wing up.
Okay.
Sometimes there's the small feather is kind of tucked in, so you want to make sure you got them all spread out wide when you're evaluating that.
Okay.
That's not something I've really seen in my flock. I know that there are some that have it, but again, like I said, these ones are good. So just pull the wing out, make sure that you don't have a big gap in between the primary and secondaries.
And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, I got my birds from Brian. So this is also a closed-in flock because of the work he did. And does my flock remind me of yours?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing, especially with the males, obviously we haven't really looked at any of the young females yet. That I'm seeing, you know, seeing a lot of the same stuff that I see in mine as what are in these birds. And obviously that's what I would expect. You know, coming from mine.
Did we look at his pen bones and?
Yeah, so this was about like a good one by 3.
Okay.
So, you know, again, probably a little small, but again, we can only evaluate birds together. You can't compare him to a rooster that's over a year old because they're not the same age. They haven't developed yet. So when you're looking at this stuff, you got to compare like birds. So, you know, if you had one rooster that had really good spacing, but he's 3 years old, you can't really compare them to something that's 4 months old.
Okay, so his brother's over there in that pen, so we'll go look at him after and compare him to him. But then we have this one down here that we need to look at. So if we're we're done on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next, so we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.